You listen to Six Music with me, Russell Howard. Hope you're very well. Hope you're having a very good Sunday. I'm here with my friend John.
Hiya.
Who's having a little bit of difficulty over there with your headphones, mate.
Yeah.
What's going down?
Oh, they're not working. Oh. I don't like these ones anyway. They make my ears sweat.
I have never seen you look as flustered as you look at the minute. That's better.
Well, you just strolled in at 10:03. It's all right. They'll play a track.
See, it doesn't work.
I've got stuff to do.
It doesn't work because this is radio, but your headphones now make you look like a code cracker.
Right.
They're not cool, are they? You know, I've got some funky old cans, and you're sat there like...
In many ways, I am a code cracker for society.
Oh, really? Is that how you see
I
yourself?
spot the hidden links in people's movements.
Okay, what's going on this week, then?
Everyone's just an idiot.
Okay.
I worked it out this week.
The code continues.
Yeah. We had an email in complaining.
Great during World War. What have you got, John? Did it? It's just come through, Winston. They're all dicks. Did it. See you next week. God, we had an email.
I've really set myself up for a fall with this grammar stuff.
Yeah, you have.
Because every time I make a mistake now, it gets picked up on, and now I'm getting blamed for other people's mistakes. So last week, I picked up during the show on the fact that the bed's too big without you had a spelling mistake in it. Yeah. And someone still emailed in to say I was scrolling through the track listings for today's show. I was so disappointed that the bed's too big without you by the Police had 2 grammar mistakes. I had expected much more from John. Right? I don't do the track listings on the website. That's not my fault. All I can do is pick up on it on air. But then they say, I take comfort in the hope that it was in fact Russell or someone else who updates the list.
See? Horrific.
Yeah.
I'm down as this buffoon.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because I've been doing gigs around the country and a few people have been coming who listen to this show have been coming to those gigs. There was a fantastic heckle I got in Stamford. Somebody shouted out, "Oi, did John make that blueberry pie?" And I told them.
What did you tell them, Russell?
I told them that he did, but it wasn't very good, which was the truth, mate. It was manky. And then they are...
Oh, it wasn't manky. Just back off.
It was horrible. And then...
Oh, I hate you.
And then... Well, this is the interesting thing. Then they said, when are you two going to have sex? And I said, that's a very full-on question. And she said that the show really drives on sexual tension. What do you think of that?
I think you can, just take that and put it somewhere.
There's a brilliant story. I've just read this in the news, right? Have you read this? A German...
No.
Okay, well, listen up. This is especially for you and everyone else listening to the show, right? This is great. A German who built a hut at the top of a telecommunications mast to avoid going to prison has been lured down by nude photos of his wife. That's pretty fantastic, isn't it? Fred Greger, 45, from Verbs, spent 10 days in the wooden hut at the top of a 72-foot metal aerial to avoid serving 15 months for internet fraud. He was lured down when his 25-year-old former stripper wife, Susie, sent him naked pictures of herself inside a food parcel. She said, I was feeling lonely and thought if I showed him what he was missing, he would come down. How cool's that? Would that work for you?
I don't know. I suppose whether it's more or less powerful that's his wife. I mean, he's seen his wife naked, hasn't he?
Oh, look at you.
He can send pictures of something new for him.
Well, she's hardly going to do that, is she? Is a photo of me riding naked on a unicorn. You know, it's just going to be a standard shot of the wife, maybe next to the fireplace. Maybe, if it was you, then, you know, next to a meal that she's prepared in.
Why was he up in the hut?
Internet fraud, mate. I don't know why he was there.
He was hiding from the law.
Yeah, he was. He was holed up. But I don't know why he's climbed a 72-foot pole to hide from the law. I'd have thought bury downwards. I'd have thought going up high, people could then see you, because they know where you're going to be. I don't know a lot about fraud and how to get out of it. What's the biggest crime you ever committed? Have you ever run away from a crime? Have you ever run away from home?
No.
Have you not?
No.
Have you never?
We've had this before, haven't we? I'm not a runner. I appreciate for what I've been given.
Well, when you're 8?
I am appreciate for what I've been given.
That's all right, mate. It's fine. I doubt anyone will pick up.
Very tired this morning.
It's all right. Well, you've had a big day, haven't you?
6 a.m.
Is that what time you got up?
Felt really sick. And when you get up and it's so early that you just feel sick. Horrible.
And where you were in Birmingham? We were both in Birmingham yesterday.
We were.
It's a great place, isn't it?
It's all right, yeah. They've got that international athletics going on there at the moment.
Yeah, no, I saw all the athletes. It's great.
Very underwhelming. I stayed in the Holiday Inn where all the Croatian and the Lithuanian athletes were staying. Yeah. And I thought I'd be excited to see athletes.
Hey,
it was one of the most underwhelming things I've ever seen.
Here's the thing. Did you think about putting on a Croatian accent so you could pass yourself off as an athlete?
No, I think they're a bigger problem. I don't think it's just the accent. Give me pole vault. I do it.
Yeah.
I think it's more that I was wearing like a shirt and jeans and didn't look like an athlete.
Yeah,
and they don't talk English in a Croatian accent, Russell. I don't know if that's what you think. They actually speak Croatian. It's proper language.
I fell foul to this because I was there with a couple of fat men in a lift and I thought, oh, bugger it, I might as well. Because, you know, it's just kind of... I didn't say anything, but I made myself look at my most athletic. And I think as I walked out, they went, flipping hell, he's probably quite handy at running and that.
Did they say that?
Oh, they sort of, you could tell they
That was
felt
the
it.
vibe.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
exact vibe. They're like, flipping it, look at him.
How do you stand in your most athletic way? What did you do? Do you sort of run into the lift and just spin round really fast?
No, what I did, I just pressed the keys really quickly.
Yeah.
Floor number 3, please. He must be an athlete. Yeah, I don't like bragging about it though. But I did once in one afternoon at school win the 100, the 200, the 400, the 800 and the 1500.
Yeah, you see, you wear that as a badge of honour, but for me all that means is you went to a fairly naff school.
That's exactly it, isn't it?
Because if you can win all those events, then everyone else is rubbish.
But that really does polarise people when you tell them. You go, yeah, no, I won all those events. People either go, oh, well done, or they're like you. Well, you obviously went to school with fat kid. Christ.
I didn't say that.
You did?
Yeah.
You said it with your eyes, and I get a lot of that.
Oh, my dead eyes.
Yeah, oh, here we go again. Yeah, well, you had a pop at me. Well, what's happened to fill you in? John's finally moved. He's gone to Swindon.
Yeah, it's happened.
It's happened. He's there. How's it going?
I've only had one night there so far. It was a lovely night though, very quiet, undisturbed. Met the neighbours. She was tossing some seeds out over her lawn, and I said, "How do?" I'll not have any trouble off her.
How old did you? I'll not have any trouble off her.
I've already got my slippers in my porch.
Have you?
I can get in and slip my slippers on.
Oh, was that the first thing you did?
No, I had to find my slippers. I didn't know what box they were in. Full of boxes in the moment. You know, it's a big stress. I hated moving though. I nearly had a breakdown this week.
Yeah, that was the scariest.
It went really badly.
It was really terrifying that, because we were moving out of our flat, and then he turned to me, right? And John doesn't need anyone's help, and then he said, "What if it's all a mistake? What if I end up in my garage crying?" And, you know, in my head I'm thinking, oh God, this needs attention. But you know when you've got two thoughts in your head? And I swear I had, you know that monkey at the Cocoa Pops advert? As you were telling me that, I've got him in one ear and I've got you in the other. But I got rid of him, John.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really helpful of you to say, yeah, it'd be fine, and then just go into your room and pick more, you know, soiled tissues and CDs that you've borrowed from people off the floor.
Do you want to tell everyone what I found under my bed?
No, please.
No.
Private jokes between friends.
Private
mates.
jokes between friends. Chums, pals.
Good buddies.
Buddies. Because, John, like, basically, what was put under my bed, you can text in on 64046, see if you can guess, or email russell.sixmusic@bbc.co.uk.
But know this, that if you do guess, we won't tell you if you've got it right or not. And if you do get it right, and Russell says you've got it right, this will not feature Jon Richardson anymore, ever again.
But with everything we've learned about clean living, John, what could he have put under my bed? But we won't tell you, because his Anne listens. And hello, Mrs. What's her name?
Richardson.
Mrs. Richardson. I didn't know if it was the other side. Anyway.
All right.
How are you? Hope you're very well.
What are you implying about my other nan?
Nothing. Sure, she's
just want to watch yourself,
Hey,
mate.
the other nan. Maybe you know what's underneath the bed.
I hear Nana Gwen and Nana Elsie. She's not listening because they haven't got a digital radio. But maybe I'll do a copy and send it down to her.
Yeah.
Although, given that we've already talked about you and me sodomising each other, probably I won't do that.
We're not sodomising each other. You can't do that. That's me totomy, that is, mate. But this is far too early to get into this. Mate.
Well. Someone's got a Profanosaurus.
Shut your mouth.
Someone's texted in to say nipples inside the first 20 minutes. Is this a record? We didn't mention nipples, so... technically it's 20 past now, so we have mentioned nipples, but that was your fault. Love from the Kettering ladies.
Oh, right. Okay. There's a backstory there.
Oh, really? Oh, so that's from a gig, is it?
It is, yes.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know what that refers to. Me getting my... I don't think I got my nipples out in the...
I think you probably did, mate, let's be honest.
What do you mean, let's
Are you not... Don't tell me you're not walking out topless at gigs now.
That would be great.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, TV's Russell Howard. 2 nipples, welcome to the show.
Oh, well. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done a gig with your
You're the only comedian who signed his own breasts.
How bleak would that be? Are you wondering... Have you ever done a gig topless?
I've never done anything topless.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
I've never taken a top off. I shower in a t-shirt just
do you wear one of those?
Honor.
Do you wear one of those old-fashioned Victorian swimsuits?
Yeah,
like with the moustache.
I say, could others?
Wow, that'd be great. I did a gig with my top off once, and I thought it was
once.
Yeah, I've only done it once. It was at late in life. No, it was about 3 in the morning.
I've known you do it a few times. You've done it at Lincoln.
Oh, shut up, mate.
No.
Mate, I did, yeah, that was another time, but that was at the end. That was a special occasion. I put a tie around my head, and it was fun. How come secrets get revealed about me, and I'm man enough to take them on?
Hey, secrets have been revealed about me.
Oh, but not that secret.
It's not that one.
Yeah, because it destroys the persona you're cleverly orchestrating.
Oh, you are such a swine.
So, we've had loads of grammar. This is really kicking off. See, I'll be brutally honest. We were talking about this earlier, and I didn't think people were as angry about it as they were. But we've got a text in that says, "What does John think of BBL?" Do you know what that means?
Be back later.
Yep. Are your opinions?
You see, I don't mind abbreviations. If you genuinely haven't got time to write be back later and someone needs to know that you're coming back, BBL is fine. But, you know, if you're seeing your wife and you're going out for dinner and you go, sorry, got to cancel dinner, BBL, that's inadequate. Respect your wife.
Nice. That should be our catchphrase for the show, just you. I love the idea of someone's just waking up now. Let's have a bit of Six music, shall we? Respect your wife. Right. IMO. Do you know what that means?
Are you? I didn't know. In my opinion.
Yep, correct. Your opinion?
No, I won't have that one. You don't need to abbreviate that.
You're not doing very well here. G2G.
Yeah, got to go.
Got to go. He knows that. How about this one, right?
I've got this text in front of me, so it's probably cheating for me to pretend that I know all these.
Oh, that was horrific.
Yeah, sorry about that,
That was like a quiz show from the 50s.
Yeah, it's like a current quiz show. We already know the answers, but you're asking me anyway.
Talking of which, have you seen Judy? He's got... Not Judy, he's got...
Judy.
Richard and Judy. He's grown a sexy little beard.
Has he? Yeah.
It's really off-putting.
Yeah, I don't really care for Richard Madeley.
Really?
Respect your wife. Stop talking over her. She's got opinions too.
Yeah, exactly.
It just takes her longer to say them, but it doesn't mean they're invalid.
No, it doesn't. Give me a gin! Yes, get her a gin, everybody. People are texting in to try and see what you put under my bed.
Yeah.
Is it crumpled pieces of paper with ungrammatical sentences written on them?
No.
That's from Isabella. No, it's not. Or
I'd burn those.
Is it from Alex in Glasgow? Was it a half-eaten Albert Wurzel? I don't know what an Albert Wurzel is.
No. But if you had one, you'd probably eat all of it.
That's a fair point. Is that a dig at me?
No.
What is an Albert Wurzel? Does anyone know? Oh, let's hope that... Oh, God, how awkward is it going to be if that's a really horrific sexual practice? And I'm reading out really kind of, hey, what's an Albert Wurzel? And there's some bloke who's been Albert Wurzeled only last night going, Flipper, I think you'll find what an Albert Wurzel is. I'm covered in Wurzels. What is an Albert Wurzel? Text us in, 64046, email russell.6music. Or, Alex in Glasgow, email us back, mate. We don't know what it is. Please, dear God, let's not hope it's not something horrific.
Well, if it is, we'll just make something up. We'll just say it was like a cereal from the 50s.
Albert Wurzel. Gets you. Oh, God, wonder what that was going to be. Yeah. I'll take 2 on that advert. So, we've got some more grammar.
Yeah, well, my one, I was driving in this morning at 6 a.m.
6 a.m, ladies and gentlemen. That's commitment to the show.
And I tell you what, at 6 a.m, I'm generally quite negative. Sometimes I will be quite positive, but at 6 a.m. I do naught but pick up errors and hate everything.
Yep.
And 5 Live had a call-in about shorter working hours. I thought you can't have shorter working hours, because an hour is an hour. You can work fewer hours, but you can never have a shorter hour. If you work 9 to 4 instead of 9 till 5, that's not shorter working hours. You haven't taken 7.5 minutes off each of your hours. You've just worked fewer hours.
Did you scream, people need to die?
I didn't. I just pulled over and took a time out. Got a latte.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, many times.
Have you?
Service stations at night, just pull over and just...
Well, because you get so angry?
Not because I get angry. I saw an accident once and that I had to pull over.
That,
that shocked me. And then I had an accident and I had very little choice but to pull over there. So I stopped and thought about that for a while.
Yeah.
And sometimes just, the weight of the pressures of the world get on me.
Deep.
I've just got to stop and get some jelly tots.
Yeah. Just
I love jelly tots.
Christ, how have you gone? Gee, those are the ramblings of a madman. It's sometimes the world's just so messed up. I like jelly tots, me.
Jelly tots and discos have something in common, that the best bit is after you've finished. You have the jelly tots and then you get the sugar in the bottom, and then when you have the discos you get the powdery stuff in the bottom.
You're having a little bit of a moment there, aren't you?
Well,
You did that the other day, I remember. Oh, discos. What was it you said about them? You said something incredible. I wish I could remember.
I don't remember the gems I turn out. Just move on and say another one in half an hour.
Talking of which, it's time for the news. Now, we were talking about this. We have, in the past, been slightly...
You say we.
Me. I've been very unprofessional in the way I've flung over to the news, but it's quite exciting because they're over in a room we don't know. And if you suddenly go, time for the news, you can freak them out, so they have to leg it to the news. But you can wait. And what I'm doing now is just waiting, just teasing the news crew. It's time. John, you do it. That'll freak him out. It'll be a different voice.
It's time for the news.
Not like that.
Sorry.
Like big, like a circus man.
Get off that lion. It's time for the news.
We had a lovely text in that said, wow, the news, and then 3 songs in a row. Are you two having a romp or something? That's from Charlotte, 2 Kisses.
Yeah. Why did we do 3 songs out of the news, Russell?
I accidentally pressed go so that we had another song, so sorry about that.
What was horrible is you looked at all of us as if to go, did you notice how smoothly I got us into that last song there? And we all just went... 3 songs out of the news, did it? Just to build you up to doing a good one.
Exactly. I'll tell you what,
Just
this is really kicking off what John put underneath my bed. Somebody said that said, Russell, I agree, we need to find out. Not enough of John's secrets are revealed. I feel we didn't have a satisfactory conclusion to the fetish debate. Can we try again? Well, the fetish debate last week, we found out it was blueberry meringue pie, and he made it and it went badly.
Didn't go badly. I was moving house at the time. I'd bought all the accoutrements for making it. Ingredients, accoutrements, whatever. I'd even bought a cake tin, right, so I could make it. And then we were moving. I thought, well, I can't throw all these blueberries away because they're dear. So I just quickly made one. It was a nightmare. I used too much cream.
It was poor. That doesn't matter.
It wasn't poor.
It was awful. Let's text us.
You are an absolute disgrace. John loved it.
John loves it. John will eat anything. John eats. John's the only man I've ever seen eat from someone else's plate after they finished their food at a restaurant. I've seen him do
Only
that.
Because you eat from other people's plates before they've even had chance to do so themselves.
Yeah, but if they're on my table, that's fine. This
Chinese food we had yesterday, you had a piece of my pork before I'd even had chance to thank the waiter for putting it down. You had a piece of it in the kitchen.
Well, hang on a minute.
Here, what's he having? That over there, is it? I know it's in the pan. I'll have a little snipsy bit.
Well, I'll refer you to last week. You were going to thank the waiter for the food he brought over. Let's go back to last week. As far as I'm concerned, he drops the food and leaves me alone. He eats in peace. So you were
Exactly. I'll say thank you, and he'll say enjoy your meal, and then that's it. Done. So go on.
Text us 64046, email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk with the section I'm now calling What Did John Put Under My Bed? We've had some very good, here it is. Did John leave his specially designed leg disabling apparatus under your bed so he can practice going up and down stairs using just his arms? Nope, he didn't.
Nice callback, though.
Lovely stuff. Does John have signed photos of Russell under his bed? From Andre in Birmingham.
No, there are no signed photos of Russell, are there? As girls who regularly text into the show will be devastated to learn.
Is it a pair of John's undies with skidders on? Very good one.
I don't get skidders. It's you that gets skidders.
Occasionally.
Apparently.
Where's another one here? Oh, yeah. Did John put a mandrake baby underneath Russell's bed in a bowl of milk with 2 drops of blood? That's a very good Pan's Labyrinth reference.
Yeah. Muy bien.
Nice. Was it a wetsuit with the bottom cut out, half a pot of mouldy live yoghurt and a yeast prophylactic?
Very close.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, keep on going. And by the way, we found out what an Albert Wurzel means. It is, let's have a look, it dates back to the late Bronze Age when it was common practice for anyone of the name Albert to produce wurzels by fermentation of his or her tag nuts. See Profanosaurus. Not to be confused with the popular cider drinking tramp group, the Wurzels. I'm not sure if they are a tramp group.
No.
That isn't how they describe themselves. Good evening, we're the tramp group, the Wurzels. Dear Russell, did you find a talking inflatable doll with a perfect command of the English language apart from the word no? Paul in Chelmsford. John?
I don't know. There's something else going on there, isn't there?
There is.
What's the no thing?
I don't know.
Good
honest,
grammar ones.
That's the whole point of a talking inflatable doll, isn't it?
Yeah, but why would I put an inflatable doll under your bed? You'd crush all the air out of it. And again, I'm not having a pop at your weight.
Son of a...
I'm just saying one would. One would.
Yeah.
But no. All wrong.
Well,
wrong.
Keep them coming in. Text us on 64846, email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. So, John, let's do this grammar thing.
Yeah,
Which
good one from Matt in
baffles
Brighton.
me still, but go on.
Yeah, well, he says, can I goad John into a rant about the tautology of PIN number? When I'm invited to enter my PIN number, it takes a titanic effort not to reply, what? My personal identification number?
Oh,
It's the small things, he says, that lead to the breakdown, and you're exactly right.
guy's a turd. Next one.
Do you know what I don't like these chip and pin, right? Because they don't like you putting it in. They snatch your card off you.
Who snatches your card off
people
you?
in shops. And
No,
then
they don't.
There's a delay between it coming up on their screen, enter pin, and it coming up on the handset, enter pin.
Yeah.
And I hover my hand there, so I'm clearly going to enter my pin.
Yeah.
And they always make a point of going, just put your pin in when you're ready. I'm ready now, it just doesn't say enter pin yet.
Yeah.
The boot's on the other foot. Try doing some shopping and then just leave me alone.
Oh, why are you so angry? All they're doing there is some poor person that's getting paid like £3 an hour, and they have to go
Minimum wage, mate.
enter your pin, whatever they get paid. Enter your pin, and you're
Oh, man of the people.
well, no, you listen.
Whatever
to you.
they get paid, I don't bother. I get cash in answers.
No, says he. Yesterday I went, I ain't got enough for a coffee. Don't worry, I'm doing all right for myself, cash in hand. But surely if you've got to do the old chip and pin, they're telling you to do it. So that's useful. Maybe you forget.
But my hand's there. I'm not going to forget.
Maybe it's there because you're a creepy weirdo. They don't know that. Maybe you stick your hand out. You're always touching
Maybe
a
I shouldn't
ghost.
wear that glove.
Yeah, exactly. Or that you're going to have, when you're an old man, a special, chip and pin. I shall get my glove out.
A lot to be said for wearing gloves around and about the place.
No, there's not. But do tell us.
People's filth.
Really?
Touching stuff, coughing on their hands, and then shaking your hand.
We can take the spruce moose. Go on then. What are the other grammar bits?
One from Lisa, who says the misuse and mispronunciation of words is what she hates. People who use the word.
My goat and all.
People who use the word itch in place of scratch. For example, could you itch my back for me?
Oh, that's fine.
And then she says, people who say skellington instead of skeleton.
Yeah.
Now, I grew up in Lancashire where that's big. Ricky Hatton was on Celebrity Weakest Link yesterday.
Was he?
And his first bit with Anne, he said the word bockle and lickle. And oh, God.
In fairness,
I know you're a boxer, mate.
Yeah. His skill is being able to punch people in the face really hard.
Yeah.
They're not going to pick him up on grammar. Yeah, he smashed my face in, but he knows nothing of our language.
I'll hit you a little bit harder. Will you? Will you? Yes, you will.
But maybe that's how he lures them in. Kind of go, yeah, I'm going to give you a right ickle hit, and then bang! That's a good way of... have you ever done any boxing?
I used to have one of those punch bags.
Did you?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
I'll tell you what, I've got a punch bag when I was about 15, and I brought a girl round to show off in front of. It was awful, right? And I was like literally boxing it to House of Pain's Insane in the Memory. There's nothing worse. And I literally had worked out like a routine to hit it in time. Christ.
Lonely times.
Oh,
did she go for that?
Of course she did.
Did you get the girl?
No, it was the most awkward 3 minutes of her life.
3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, crimes.
It was horrible.
It's a 4-minute song as well. I feel such a fool. We should have gone with Mr. Blobbies.
Was it, John? Well, someone here says, I heard it was a sexually frustrated clown.
Oh, no.
Beware of his cold, clammy belly pressed against your back in the middle of the night as he whispers, it's our little secret. Charlotte, Liverpool. God, that's sinister. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, right. Is John aware that when he mimics Russell on radio, he sounds like Samwise Gamgee the Hobbit?
Oh, yeah.
This is
I don't mean to.
That's the funniest bit in the whole Lord of the Rings bit.
Lambda spread.
That bit when he comes in right at the end is the gayest moment in cinema history, that.
Brokeback Mountain?
Slightly beats it, I'll give you that. They're actually, what they say at the end, they've cut that bit of Brokeback, kind of go, I wish I knew how to quit you. This is nearly as gay as that bit in Lord of the Rings, I quite agree.
My friend I went to watch it with my mate Sam, the first one.
What, Brokeback Mountain?
No, the first Lord of the Rings.
We went to watch that together.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
We absolutely
I watched that on DVD on my own.
We watched it together.
We didn't.
What did we watch together then?
I don't know. Labyrinth?
No, it was...
I don't know what you were thinking of that made you think you were watching Brokeback Mountain, but I assure you we didn't.
It was Star Wars. Carry on.
I went to watch the first Lord of the Rings, and I'm not very naive. Generally, I'm the tricker, not the tricky. But it got to that bit at the end of the first film where he's getting in the boat, and Sam swims out, and he can't swim, and he climbs up into the boat. And it ended, and my friend went, I can't believe they've cut the sex scene. And I went, really? Couldn't believe I'd been duped. What an idiot.
Oh, he sounded like Mark Lawrenson then. That's fantastic. We got another nice text in that says, hello, Russell and your friend with the excellent accent. I'm in bed with green tea and a laptop. They're people too. I want blueberry cheesecake, she says. How cool's that?
Yeah, well...
You don't want it from him. It's disgusting.
No.
It's like filth.
Back off. Do you know what I made that as I was moving and washing up? 20 minutes, a quick 20-minute one.
Having heard John's belter, you probably found some really bad CDs under your bed. Ooh. Westlife or something, Ian in Cheltenham says.
I was getting a right kicking at the gig last night for my iPod. We were discussing music and I passed my iPod to another comic and he reeled off.
It's terrifying though, isn't it?
At the moment I've got the Diary of Anne Frank on there. That's what I'm listening to at the moment.
I bet that's perky.
Yeah, uplifting.
That's what you need at 6 o'clock in the morning, driving down to do a 6 music show for the funky kids.
I didn't have that. I had James Herbert's The Fog on the way down this morning.
Is that
cracking book?
Is that from the kind of the B movie when the fog chases them about?
No, it's a fog that makes people go mad and they just start killing everyone.
Yeah. There's a film on that, isn't there? I'm pretty sure that. It's
different though, isn't it? It's not based on the James Herbert book.
I'd have thought so. I doubt there's 2 stories about.
Is it?
Of course it is. What? There's going to be a different story about fog that chases people.
It could happen.
Well, one gives you verrucas, the other one turns you mad. Different books. That. Have you seen the sex scene? Fool of a
God, I'm having a bad morning this morning.
5 points from Gryffindor. 5 points from Gryffindor. You're acting like a jet.
I like the fact we agree I'm in Gryffindor, though.
I know,
wait. The best one.
Hey, come off it.
You're Slytherin, mate.
Get stuff.
You're turning dark.
Actually, that's a fair point. But then anyone who's a bit of a sort of a middle-class maverick likes the idea that they're in Slytherin.
No.
You know, it's a way of rebelling, isn't it? Yeah, I'd probably be in Slytherin.
I wanted to say Hufflepuff, but it's just because it's a funny word.
It is.
We'll wrap up grammar, shall we?
Nice.
Someone said, I thought of you the other day when during a visit
Go
to...
on! Oh, different thought.
No,
Right.
different. When during a visit to a market, I saw a sign for lychees, but spelled Li-cheese.
That's fine.
And
That's
then
fine.
what he said is, I couldn't help myself. I got a pen out of my bag and corrected
Wow.
it. Sorry, that's from Deborah. So she, and I like that, taking the bother to get a pen out of your bag and correct it. Someone says, "Hey, Ross and John, I hate it when people
I'll tell
say
you what,
close
John,
the lights."
I bet you that when she got her pen out, somebody thought she was just going to sniff it, eh?
Well, it's political correctness gone mad.
Love the smell of a marker pen. Oh, I had to go into Staples to get boxes. That was a real mistake. Oh, I was in there hours looking at stuff I didn't need, highlighter pens and such. Oh, wonderful times. I've got a Staples near me in Swindon, so
That's lucky.
I'll be down there soon.
Yeah.
Hi, Russell and John. The thing that really annoys me is people incorrectly using singular plural verbs. For example, Arsenal is a team from London, not Arsenal are a team. People do it with bands too, e.g. the Kooks are a band. It's not, it's the Kooks is a band. They even do it on the national news, Ben says. Are there no standards anymore? And then quickly, the last
How old
one.
is Ben?
I don't know, it doesn't say. He's failed to list his life history on his quick email that he sent in.
Oh.
And then the last one, because I saw this as well, there's an advert for a company where they do a charade, and it comes up on your email. I hate stuff that comes on when you're checking your email.
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
invasive.
I don't. It's fine as it is.
But it's a guy playing charades, and you have to guess the title of a movie, and he says one word, 2 syllables, then does a mime for Superman, and he says Superman. That's 3 syllables, you idiot. That's what I don't like. I don't get panicky about people who don't understand grammar. If you make a mistake you don't understand, that's fine. But companies who spread mistakes nationwide, that's unacceptable.
Spread mistakes nationwide.
Yeah.
I feel some letters are going to be written from Swindon.
Really? Yeah, you're probably
Dear
right.
Walmart, imagine my horror.
Someone broke my Hoover this week when we were moving out.
Really? Who's that?
I was having a bad time. I'd lost my car keys. The transit van wouldn't start, and I got back, and what I got told was, your Hoover's broken.
Who told you that?
John.
Oh, and you'd only just got out your tranny.
Yeah, and it was when your mum had just finished hoovering our house.
Yeah, well, you know why that was?
Because you paid her to do it because you couldn't be bothered.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the no, I gave her. I found, which is quite awkward. I found my other TomTom that I had, but there are other satellite navigation systems you can use. And I went, oh, you can have that if you want. Hey, I tell you what, you can have that if you tidy my room. And she went, yeah, all right, in. So she did it, and my sister as well. I slipped my sister 50.
Yeah. And then you didn't have to have any emotional commitment to the house you've lived in for the last year. We're moving out. Oh, sorry, I've got something else to do. I've got to go to the post office and lick stamps for people.
Yeah, well, those stamps needed licking, mate, and I'm committed.
Yeah.
It's about the fog, right? In the fog, the film, the fog doesn't make people go mad. It brings ghosts in from the sea that kill people.
Yeah.
Is that what happens
That's
in the
not
book?
what happened in the James Herbert book.
Okay, what happens in Herbert's
Moggy
version?
moggy chinwad, as we used to say when I was a child. It makes people temporarily go mad, and they just, oh, it's horrible. Horrible stuff happens.
Is it?
You won't wish it on your worst enemy, Russell.
Blimey. Right, let's wrap up grammar.
Who is your worst enemy?
Who's my worst enemy? That's a good question. Rats.
Yeah?
I hate rats.
What about Splinter?
No, he's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Roland Rat?
Roland Rat I once dressed up as for the Flitted Carnival.
Roland Rivron?
He was out of Celebrity I'm a Get Me Out of the Ice yesterday, whatever it's called.
Celebrity Fame Academy.
You watched that, didn't you? It's
Yeah, well, I
amazing,
happened
isn't
to be about.
See,
In my hotel.
but that's the kind of telly I feel compelled to watch late at night. It's horrible.
Well, it's because there were comedians on it. It's nice to see people humiliating themselves. But
Exactly.
it's all for a good cause.
I got asked to do that.
Give some money to Comic Relief. Did you really?
Yeah.
To sing?
Yeah.
God, I would have killed to see that. Why didn't you say yes? Sing now.
No way. I'm not doing that.
Oh,
Which is quite bad, though, really.
I wish you'd done that.
Why would I do it? I don't understand why they all did it.
To raise money for a good cause, you killer.
Well, just get... Oh, don't start this again.
Honestly, Russell Howard, man of the people, I think not.
Don't start all this again.
Do what? Travel there? No, you got to go to this
No,
post office.
you're taking that out of context. Like the other day when we went to that certain coffee shop and I went, hey, let's go in here. Why don't we just kill the entire continent? Hey? I haven't said any of that. I just said, let's get a coffee. I just don't fancy singing. I like donating my money. I give Lenny Henry 50 quid every year. That's primarily to get him off telly.
I don't think you should give it to him. I think you should give it to Comic Relief.
I think that's how they should raise money, though, for Comic Relief. If he just went, okay, and started talking, one of his loud suits and blah-de-blah-de-blah, and went, listen, I'll never be on telly again if you give me money. I say the nation would raise billions. Billions. Anyways, let's wrap up grammar. Hey, John, how do you feel about etc.? As a history teacher, infuriate.
God,
She's
I
not
don't
very
mind
good, yeah.
etc., but infuriate, I can't stomach.
It's spelled really weirdly. As a history teacher, it infuriates me if children misuse or misspell this abbreviation, etc. To the point now that no child dare use it in my class. Bloody kid, she says. Jenny, kiss, kiss, kiss. 3 kisses of a teacher.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. What do you think
See
of that?
you in court.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, etc. I don't
me
mind.
and John have just got very old voices, you monster.
It's tricky with kids, isn't it?
It bloody well is.
You don't know whether to. You really like.
You're
I
allowed
do
to
worry
hit
about
'em.
this grammar stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that make people feel bad.
Yeah.
I just think there's a right way of doing stuff. And you know, if you're dyslexic and stuff like that, then of course don't worry about it. I'm not saying it has to be like that. I'm
Heal
just
the
trying to cut
world.
out laziness.
Yeah.
You know, it all started with the love LUV thing, and that's not. That's just don't bother writing love if you can't be bothered to put an extra letter on it. And I don't want people to think I'm nasty.
You're not nasty, you're a wonderful man.
I am a bit nasty.
A little.
Well, I said a horrible thing to a woman this week.
What did you say?
I told her to go away, but in stronger terms than that. She was being horrible to me after a gig. At a low point. Go all the way to Belfast to do a gig.
Oh, yeah,
Just to have
this is-
someone say,
This is a cracking
"Hey,
story.
didn't think you were very good." And I'd done fine. She was just trying to wind me up, so I told her to go away.
He told her to go away all the way to the magic place
Yeah.
because she was nothing more than a magic and she could use her magic
I
to
didn't
get
say
out.
that. I just said go away. And then she said, what was your name again? I'm sure it matters. And I said,
Oh.
not to you. And then I
Yeah,
went back to
go-
the hotel and I sat and watched telly on my
Yeah,
own.
not to you, your magic. Go suck your magic.
It was a good gig as well. I did fine.
You did, you were great. You were
Why do
magic.
people do that? There was a guy at the gig last night, just straight away. I'd been on 30 seconds in Birmingham, and I went, oh, you're right, you don't look very happy. And he went, yeah, mate, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
30 seconds in. I just said, you can't know I'm rubbish. I might be rubbish, and by all means tell me that at the end if you think I was. But don't say it now just because you think it's funny. Just chill out.
Or did you say that, or did you suck my magic? That's what I do. But text us 64046, email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. We'll keep the grammar thing going for the next couple of weeks because you seem intrigued by it. I'm mystified. I don't mind a bit of a language mistake, which might be my am I normal. Let's do that. What's yours this week, mate?
I was driving down this morning, I realised that every time I go past a second...
What we should do, actually, just I haven't done it very well. Text us 64046.
You could have done this afterwards,
I
couldn't
know,
you?
I'm a fool.
We
I'm a
need to work on this.
Sorry, mate.
You look at me and you interrupt me mid-sentence.
I'm sorry,
And
mate.
now we're plugging, and
No,
you
no,
could
no.
let me do mine and then plug... I'm not doing mine now. No, am I normal for me this week?
You're doing it, right?
No, you need to learn a lesson about professionalism.
Shut up. Right, text 64046, email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. That email address, bbc.co.uk, with your quirky little habits you feel compelled to do, like the one John's about to describe.
I don't like having fingers waggled out. I tell you what, I really don't like being shushed. God, I hate being shushed.
Well,
Really, really winds... It's something about that noise
I
I associate it with kids at primary school who try to impress the teacher.
fingers on lip.
Oh, God.
Fingers on lip.
If someone's making noise, ask them to be quiet. Don't shush.
I think I've probably shushed you. And
You've shushed me a lot.
Okay.
And waggled your finger like you did then. It really, really winds me
Yeah, but
up.
that's because at heart I'm an Italian footballer.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. We've had an email in from my mum, actually, talking about her tidying up the house. It says, Russell, John's blueberry pie looked horrible. The blueberry was soaking into the cream, but it actually tasted fantastic.
Oh,
But-
thanks.
But he forgot to wash his cooking stuff up. OCD, and yet he leaves things filthy around the house.
No, I'm not having that. It was all John's washing up. There's loads of it, and I did 3/4 of it, and then I had to go because I was moving house and doing gigs and being a professional comic.
My mum says here, under the bed was a dead... So this is the evidence. This is what was here.
All right.
Under the bed was a dead plastic fly along with stains. Thanks, Mum.
It was nice, that blueberry cheesecake. I just used too much cream and not enough mascarpone, and it was more of a... Anyway, a couple of other emails while we're tidying stuff up. House of Pain's Insane in the Membrane. Back to DJ School with you, Russell. As any fool knows, it was Cypress Hill from Brendan.
Oh, no,
and
but
Wolverhampton.
it was that one... If anyone step into me, you'll get burned, because I got lyrics, but you ain't got none. If you win the lotto with a shotgun. But if you do, I'm a foot that one. Yeah, exactly. But me go, so do you want to go... Do you want to go? Do you want to go out with me? Nope. No, I don't. But
I was talking to a friend of mine about the show recently. Well, this feeds into your love life, Russell, which apparently is sorted. I was talking to a friend of mine about the show recently.
Yeah.
I bet that was a cracking chat.
yeah, that show, eh?
Yeah, with the loony on it. She told me that Russell is married to Claudia Winkleman, which I disputed. Which of us is right? In a way, you both are.
Yeah, we can't really.
They're on the rocks.
Yeah. Me and Claudia, we've been going out for years. Where did somebody get that rumour?
I don't know.
I actually think
Abby Titmuss you can understand, because I've been spreading that. A little bit. I might have mentioned it to a few papers.
Oh, really? The Wiltshire Gazette have got hold of that?
Yeah, Swindon Chronicle are running a piece on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Titmuss and Howard sitting in a tree, him punching weights and then falling out of it with exhaustion. Yeah. Am I normal?
Meanwhile, nearby, I've got really nice slippers. They fit on my toes right nice. My am I normal this week is quite morbid. I realised this week that I'm terrified that someone's going to kill me. You know when you're at the tube, right, and there's that yellow line, and you can feel the train coming closer. It says train approaching. You're not like led on the floor listening to
listening to the tracks.
It's near. It's near. Yeah, I know, mate. It says
Bakerloo line.
Yeah.
Elephant Castle.
Yeah, just licking. Follow. But I have to stand like if it's crowded near the back for fear that some lunatic's just going to push me. And the other one I've noticed, I was driving along yesterday, and this voice in my head kept on going, just turn left.
That was your tom-tom, mate.
Yeah, well, that's what I was slightly worried about. But I was just thinking, and honestly, it was a real urge just at about 80 or 70, just to drive and smash into the side of the road and kill myself. But really oddly kind of, like, it was a real quick flicker. Do it, die. And then you go, ugh, no.
I used to get urges to drive into walls.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Have you ever done that?
Just driven into a wall.
Yeah, me and my brother did it once, accidentally. Like, we were driving in Mum and Dad's car when we were about, like, 15 in the... I was 15, he was 13, in the drive, you know. We just tried it, and it's just that, and it jerked forward, and we were terrified. We didn't tell anyone until this very moment.
Yeah.
So what am I normals have we got in
Well,
for?
I've had some, but you know when you get some in and you're just so proud that people exist like that? There's a guy called James who's emailed in. Says,
Hello,
am
James.
I normal? I despise it. Great already, really angry. When someone gets toast crumbs in the tub containing butter-like products... And then he's listed some.
Oh, no.
Surely, after 20 to 30 years of spreading, you know how much you need for a slice of toast.
That man's a fool. What's he on about? Of course you don't know. That's the whole point. You forget.
You don't forget. Toast doesn't change.
It does, mate. You're like a child when you wake up. You're putting the bread in. It becomes toast, which is magical. And then you get butter out. You always get too much because you think, I'll have a fantastic bit of toast. You slap it on. Too much. Never mind. Put it in the side. Someone else can deal with it.
Exactly. That last sentence is everything. It's what Am I Normal stands for, that people like you shouldn't be allowed to do that. If you want to do that, buy your own butter. And then at the end, it'll just be rancid. But then he goes on. This is what I really like.
Did you leave notes for people in your fridge when you were at uni?
No, I don't do that. In fact, I was discussing this week. If you're going to leave a note for someone, if you live with other people, just strap on a pair and say what you mean. Just go, guys... No, in fact, don't even start with guys.
Don't over with that.
Just put, someone left toast crumbs in the butter. I will knife you if this happens again, right? Say what you mean. Don't do that. Hi, guys. Don't look like a butter prude.
But I'm packing a blade, so...
Yeah. Could we all just try? I mean, I know it's really hard, yeah, but could we all just try and not get toast in the butter?
Excellent episode.
Oh, God.
Excellent episode of Crime Watch, though.
Yeah.
It was just really weird. I just had too much butter. Next thing I know, it's raining blows.
But then he goes on to say... You know, he's identified a problem. He says, I'm not being an idiot. I will help. He says, one simple method, guaranteed to avoid unwanted crumbs, is to insert your knife into the side of the toast after spreading, thus wiping it clean, ready for any additional spreaders.
Oh, that's very good, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Right.
Although he says this only really works with a slice of decent thickness, so, you know. But why would you toast nimble? It's a pointless bread. Might as well just have some air.
You edgy son of a gun.
Yeah, I'll lay it down.
Having a slam at nimble. What next?
People just aren't ready for what I've got. My jelly.
Wow.
My Am I Normal?
That was the extra on Beyonce's. That was the B-side. They're not ready for me either, Beyonce.
Yeah, I've got custard, but they're still not ready for it.
Exactly.
I've got rubbish blueberry pie. I don't think they're ready for my cheap gateau.
Oh, my trifle. Go on, shake it. Shake it. Go on. What's next?
Rachel in Wells says, my Am I Normal is whenever I have to fill my car up with petrol. Topical this week.
Oh, John.
Have we got any jokes on it? No. It's tough times for people.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that the price of the fuel is rounded up to the nearest even pound. For example, £21.56 won't do. It has to be £22, which means sometimes I overfill my car and pay more than I should.
That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
That's only really an issue. I will do that if I'm paying cash, but if I'm paying on the card, not really bothered. You know, I'll tell you what's nice. Oh, what I did once, I had exactly something like 22, like 40 on me, and I deliberately filled it up to 21.05 and then bought a paper, which cost 35p. And he didn't know I'd done it, but I think in a way he kind of did.
It's Munch Bun Central down here. How many of them have you had?
I only had 2.
I tell you what, people at home, he's really enjoying them. What are they called?
I don't know, they're like apple turnover things, but they're not turnovers, they're like a frangipan.
Is that an Albert Wurzels's mate or something?
Really nice.
Well, we're doing Am I Normal? We had a very good one in from Lydia, who says, "Hi guys, when I was 10 years old and my brother was 14, he told me that the third step from the top of the staircase was a gay step. And if I stood on it, it meant I was gay. I'm now 22 years old and still have to miss the gay step out. I developed a way of walking up the stairs which gives me the momentum to miss this gay step without even thinking about it. I also obsessively, compulsively check my headlights are on when I'm driving, even when I can see they're on. I have to run my fingers over the switch. I think lots of people do this, though." Lydia Schmidia. That's her name.
What does she do on an escalator? Because it's got to come to a point on an escalator where she's the third step from the top and there's nothing she can do about it. Absolutely disgraceful.
I was on the phone with Claudia Winkleman.
Honestly.
Sorry
You
about that.
sort your marriage out after the show.
Yeah, but...
Swanning around like nobody's
Prick
business.
the Bishop.
Just that's the second time that's happened. Can I have verification from the 2 gentlemen beside me in the studio? That is the second time you failed to be here. The nation is listening, Russell Howard, to the Russell Howard show.
Yeah, the Russell
and
Howard
you're busy
and Jon
outside
Richardson
touching yourself or whatever you're doing, getting a drink.
Well, I'm not allowed to mention that you've put a thing underneath my bed, and then you've got me touching myself outside in the corridor.
Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't have been allowed to make that accusation had you been in the studio at the end of that song. And that's, oh, God, just move on. Let's move on in our careers.
You've run out of stuff to say.
I was going to say, are we going to play 3 songs out of the news again just because you can't be bothered to turn back up next week? Why won't you just do 50 songs in a row?
Well, can I not be bothered, or am I touching myself in the corridor like a beast? Make your mind up. So if I touch myself in a corridor, if I was going to touch myself, I'd touch myself in that toilet.
Right.
But I'm not. And I don't.
Well, somebody has reacted angrily. I have touched a nerve, and that might not be the best thing to have said in that situation. So what are we doing?
Am I Normal? We had a really great one from Joe in Brighton. This is great. This is right up your alley. An alley I've probably tugged down. Anyway, whenever I buy a hard block of cheddar cheese, I can only buy it if the price ends in a 5 or a 0.
Ooh.
As cheese is priced individually by weight, I often have to search through the pre-wrapped chunks until I find one that does. If I can only find packs with prices that don't end in a 5 or a 0, we go cheese-less until the next time I go grocery shopping. I get some odd looks in the dairy department. This is lovely, right? Bravely, I confessed my peculiar peccadillo, which is a fantastic word, to my husband a few years ago. Now, he finds that he's also unable to buy cheese unless it's priced according to the rules. We dare not tell our 5-year-old daughter. Am I normal? Joe in Brighton. I think that's fantastic.
Peccadillo.
Peccadillo is a cracking word, isn't it?
Do you know the etymology of it?
I don't.
I think I do, but I think I might have... I think it's from the Spanish, pecar, which is to hook... I don't know, that's enganchar. I don't know. I'll find out. It's a good word, great word.
It's a great word. Am I the only man who feels... This is from James in the Isle of Wight. Am I normal? Am I the only man who feels compelled to cut all the plastic connectors from beer cans I find? I do this to prevent small mammals from getting caught at landfill sites.
I do that.
Lovely. That's you too.
Cheese with 5 and 0. You're really eliminating all the... I'm not condoning buying a mass-produced cheese, but there are some nice... Like Dubliner is one of my favourite cheeses, and they block those in the factory, so it will never end in a 5 or 0. You'll never know the joy. Come round to mine for a dinner party, I'll buy some Dubliner.
It's on the 19th.
I assume you can eat cheese from other people's... if someone else has bought it, you don't have to find out if it cost a... You couldn't have a pizza or anything.
I don't think it's that. I think it's when she's buying a hard block of cheddar-type cheese.
Right.
But yeah, otherwise...
But doesn't apply to a brie or a camembert, then? Brie can end in anything.
Well,
maybe brie has to end in a 3 or a 7.
Who knows? It's like that film 23 by Jim Carrey. She must have ring up like the pizza place, go, yep, cheese and tomato, please. Now, as for the cheese, I'm going to need a ruler. Wow, that's pretty cool. Have we got any more?
Beth says she's scared of balloons, only inflated ones, but oddly not the foil ones. It's the risk of them popping and making a loud noise.
I'm a bit like that. I often get very scared when you see a dog try and bite a balloon because you think that's going to blow up in its eyes. What? Do you not ever get that?
Yeah, but I, generally would just not give my dog balloons to eat.
Well, which is surprising given how fat your mutt was.
Oh, this is unbelievable. My am I normal is that when I'm eating a bag of delicious corn snacks such as Whatsits, I have to make sure I chew an equal number of them on each side of my mouth.
Like a hamster?
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like having things in both sides of my mouth at the same time. It's weird how you go through phases of eating on one side of the mouth, don't you?
No, it isn't. No one's ever done that.
Because you generally...
I shall eat from my right side. Oh, 1987.
It's not a conscious thing, though. That's the unbelievable thing. You suddenly, now I chew on the left.
Oh, you
Isn't that weird?
don't. No, you don't. No
Yeah,
one,
you do.
No one thinks that.
Because one day you'll get like a toothache or a chipped tooth and you'll have to switch, and then all of a sudden you can't switch back. Like I have a big filling now on my right-hand side, so now I chew on the left. Everyone does that, I think.
No one does.
Everyone in the world does that.
Not every. Yeah, but not everyone is kind of chewing on.
Oh, funny. Funny, I'm eating from the left now. I always have myself down as a right-hand man. Waiter, go away. I have important stuff in my mind.
Most people are eating food and chatting with people that they love and adore. And it's you and me who are sat on our own because we're doing gigs.
On our owns?
On our own. Oh, God. Yeah, we sit on our own, but we're always sat on our own, secretly really jealous of them, but at the same time going, I can never be like that.
I could never listen to that mundane conversation. It's horrible when you hear other people's conversations and you think they're dull, and then you think, that's what I sound like when I talk to people.
It's what we sound like on the radio.
Yeah.
That's the frightening thing. Go on, what are the other ones?
Lydia Schmiddy has emailed back to say escalators are fine. Escalators are fine, but she always walks up them, even when she's not running late, because it makes her feel superior.
An uppity leather, eh?
And someone moving swiftly on Laura.
That was a funny joke within the context.
I
don't back out.
I am glad that I'm not the only one with the train platform thing, says Laura. Got anything to say about Laura?
All right, Laura.
Nice. Tube platforms as well as overground trains. I'm not quite sure I have this fear, although I did almost fall out of a moving slam door train when I was 3 and had to be caught by my dad. I bet he felt cool that day.
I bet he did.
There was a great You've Been Framed clip last night with someone who was swinging their kid round on a swing and it snapped and he caught his kid. Unbelievable.
You know what we were on about earlier about conversations, Monday conversations?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that You've Been Framed clip? Oh, it was incredible. Hey, let's have a tune.
I love You've Been Framed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
It's phenomenal. That's you do the voiceover for that. Well, imagine if you did
just
that.
Be me wetting myself.
It would just be, here we go. Oh, brilliant. Look at that. He's falling right over.
And that one hurt as well. You can tell he's trying not to look like it hurt, but it did.
Oh, that's going to bruise in the morning. I made a brewery.
What you do?
I don't care.
If someone's texting in to say if things are with Claudia are getting a bit shaky, then they quite understand why you wouldn't want to do Fame Academy, because you wouldn't want to go through the pain of seeing her every day.
Well, exactly. That's the thing with my wife. Jesus.
And another one on this House of Pain thing.
All right, okay, all right, what?
That song is Jump Around by House of Pain, not Insane in the Membrane by Cypress Hill.
All right, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
And that's from Liam, who's 16.
All right, Liam, 16.
So even a 16-year-old texting in just to say, Russell Howard.
I wonder if a 16-year-old puts the kind of muck that you put under my bed.
There's
a really great story, talking of which, about trying to impress ladies. There was a warlord who tried to...
a what?
A warlord. A feared Chechen warlord has given 2 horses, 2 chickens and a goat to a beauty queen to try and make her one of his wives.
That's what Teddy Sheringham did for Danielle Lloyd.
Is that right?
Yeah, he got her a ferret.
That would be great, wouldn't it? What a fantastic speed day that was. He's called Mr. Timms.
Does he bite?
Yes, he does. But yeah, see, I feel a bit like that Chechen warlord. I've never given 2 horses, 2 chickens and a goat, but that's the kind of move I'd quite like to be a lot easier if in the romance world, if you could, like for example, if you could go up to a girl and go, hello love, I like your eyes, have a protractor. I think that would be an easier way of doing things. Wouldn't you prefer a gift than an awkward conversation?
Yeah, but a gift is misleading, isn't it? A conversation. People only, like that, if you buy a woman that much stuff, what you're saying is, the first thing I want you to know about me is that I have money and access to farmyard animals. The second thing is that I talk like this. Hello!
Wow.
So he's obviously hiding secrets from himself, that he wanted her to soften the blow by going, look at that horse. What? What's behind that horse? Another horse! By the way, I like hitting people.
Yeah, only a little bit. We got a text in. I'm sat up in bed knitting socks. That's with no G on the end. I only ever chew on my right side and am very aware of this. John and I are normal.
Yeah.
Yep, you nick your sock.
One day, though, sock knitting person, you will chew on your left, and that will be a day that you tell people about it, and they'll all say, yeah, really? Do you want to just stand over there for a bit?
Dear Russell and John, I tend to eat on one side of my mouth at a time. Generally, this is because I'm a bit clumsy with my chewing. Oh, my God. I tend to bite the inside of my cheeks. That's always depressing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It's horrible when you scream.
Oh, God, am I evolved? And yet I'm eating myself? Has anyone ever done that? That's an interesting point. Has anyone ever sort of bit their tongue and gone, ooh, well, that's quite nice, and become a cannibal? I wonder if that's how it started.
I doubt it, Russell.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, text in if you've ever eaten someone to prove
Text
this.
in if you're a
Jerk off.
cannibal.
Yeah. Put down the food. Some are knitting socks. How great was that? That's how wide our audience are. Some are knitting socks, kindness and exuberance. Other people are in the corner chewing people.
Yeah, you've said that as if we do actually have cannibals listening, but I don't think we actually do.
Well, I'm willing to prove that we've...
Or someone will text in now to say, oh, I'm just eating my Uncle Michael or something.
Yeah.
And that'll be rubbish. But there are no cannibals listening now.
You can't prove that.
There are people who love cheese listening.
What
Joe's
about that
texted
man?
in her cheese rules.
But there was that... Well, we'll hear about that in a minute.
All
but
right.
what about that German fella that...
Yeah, I don't think he's listening, Russell.
Hey, he's got a DAB radio in his prison.
Although he did email in to say if he got a podcast, Ad did Ella, who texted in saying, Amelia, please make a podcast of your hilarious radio
We
show.
get loads and loads of requests for a podcast, and we are trying our damnedest, but BBC Radio Suffolk have got ours.
Steve Wright's got one.
Yeah, Steve Wright. And John, tell him. Is it live?
Yeah, it's live. It's just the same every day. It's good, though. It's nice. It's quite comfy. I really like the Radio 2 afternoon people.
Yeah.
I really like your friends. Ken Bruce, I really think I know him.
Yeah, it's a shame he hates you.
He doesn't hate me. We got on fine.
You didn't, mate. He hated you.
No, he didn't. He hated me because of you. He thought I was a bad boy because of you. You got me in trouble, Russell
that's
Howard.
what happens if you rock up with Slytherin.
So, cheese, the rules.
Dun, dun, dun!
It only applies...
Political correctness gone mad.
It only applies to pre-wrapped hard cheese, though I have to say I can't bring myself to buy the stuff that someone weighs out in front of me.
Wow.
I don't know why that is. We don't eat brie or camembert, that's rule number 2. 3, we can buy mozzarella with entire impunity.
Yeah.
4, once purchased, it's okay, we can relax.
Right.
5, cheese purchased by other people is deemed to be outside of the rules.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe just get someone else to buy all your cheese for you. Cut out probably quite a lot of stress from your life.
That's a fair point, yeah. What if you get that rich, you could send someone out, you had a cheese man. Cheese man, go out and get me some brie.
You'd have to eat a lot of cheese to make it worth your while. Like that guy on those documentaries about people who are addicted to rubbish foods.
Oh, they're incredible.
The guy who's addicted to cheese.
Yeah, and he occasionally eats crisps, and that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mental.
It's rubbish. I don't believe it. I think it's a lie.
No, he looked ill. He looked a bit like cheese. It's that thing, if you eat enough... It's like if you only ate pies, you'd eventually become a pie.
That's, again, not really true. You don't think that's why people look like people, because they're all cannibals?
No.
We used to be snakes, then we started eating people and turned into people.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Just me turning off a new snake. Well, I got some fairies.
Yeah.
The reason why they're all so tubby, right, is because they eat pies. Ding! I don't know.
Well, let's hope I don't turn into a rubbish cheesecake.
Yeah. Or a pork dinner.
Oh, that's when I'm having my down days. I
Yeah.
usually have 2 of them.
He had a bloody pork dinner because our flatmate was boinking some lady he met off my MySpace site. Scummy. I did a gig the other day, and I was during one of my sort of improvised tangents that I've become famous for, The Guardian. I sort of mentioned that my bits I might refer to my bits as Raoul. And what's clearly happened there? Yesterday we're knocking about in Birmingham. And he gets a text and starts going, oh, very good, very good. Gets out his book, starts writing it down. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? What's happened? No, that's for me to know, for you to find out. And all these kind of irritating little things. And that's what
I
it
am
was.
very irritating.
James Dowdwell. Well,
We've had a few texts in. We've had texts in from people who were at your show saying hello to Raoul.
Oh, is that right?
Raoul question mark text just come in now.
Is that right?
Yeah. People seem to have... I assume you named it after Raoul the Vicomte de Chagny from Phantom of the Opera.
Correct.
Yeah, I thought so. Why did you pick Raoul?
I don't know. It's just a funny name. What's the name for your stuff?
Ernest.
Hands off.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine.
Ernest. Everything about me is Ernest.
Yeah.
Um,
A handbag. Hey, what's the weirdest thing you've ever given a girl as a sort of talking about
Disappointment.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, PL. You're a wonderful man. About this feared Chechen warlord who gave a hot chick, 2 horses, 2 chickens, a goat. Only 1 goat. Interesting. To a beauty queen. What's the weirdest gift you've ever given anyone?
I don't really. I haven't really. I don't think
I
I
don't
have.
believe that.
Oh, I give good gifts.
Well, no, yeah. What's the nicest gift then, in which case? Text us in if you can think of a weirder thing that you've ever given a girl than 2 horses, 2 chickens and a goat. 64046 or email russell.6music@bbc.co.uk. Jonathan.
I don't know. I don't count them on a list. You know, you give it and then you move on.
You don't put them on lists,
No, that's
and
not
yet you
true.
do put on the list, wake up, have breakfast, have shower. Tick.
Change someone's life for the better. Move on. Tick.
Have you ever
Why? What have you given?
like, I don't know, clogs. I gave someone tiny clogs once when I was a kid, as if that helps in any way. There goes 2 tiny clogs. Thanks very much. That's all right. I don't know. I don't really give gifts.
No.
I haven't really received many odd ones. I'm trying to think. Nope. But yeah, text in. I was just...
Moving swiftly on.
No.
Someone's texted in to say my boyfriend gave me a black leather riding crop with a pink Diamante handle. Then he dumped me.
Really? Wow.
By the way, I don't own a horse, she says. I assume it's a she. I can't tell.
Wow.
Not from reading a text.
Well, to be honest, as soon as she got dumped, she should have started thrashing him with that riding crop.
We've had a few people text in who clearly have mistaken this show for Brian Connolly's show. Some incredible joke texts. Hi. I'm going to read it how I imagine he said it.
Don't jump like that again, because Ernest fell out.
Hi, I'm a cannibal. I was late home for dinner, so I got the cold shoulder. Brian in Luton.
What are you talking about? You love stuff like that.
Yeah, not, you know, two cannibals eating a comedian. One says to the other, does this taste funny to you?
Nice.
From Rue in Oxford.
Nice.
Yeah. So...
I wonder if any comics ever done that pun whilst they've been...
No. I love eating the flaky skin off my lips. Sometimes it hurts and I bleed. I picked a big wet scab off my elbow and my mate ate it. Is that cannibalism?
No, that's skank.
That is the rankest thing I've read this week.
Oh, no,
and
no,
I
no.
heard something horrible yesterday.
What was it?
I'll tell you off air. It's one of those things that you wish you'd never heard because your life will never be the same afterwards now that you know that can be done.
When you were little, did you used to pick your scabs off and then let your dog lick them?
No.
Oh, really? Same? No. And then...
Your poor dogs.
I love a bit of that.
Every week a different story about somewhere you horrified your animals.
No, I had blood on my leg and they fancied a bit of blood. Mum only gives them 1 meal a day. I'm like, here, have some of that.
I imagine you had loads of scabs. I imagine you were constantly falling over and squeezing through walls and getting punched by a beanbag.
Yeah, exactly. I was fairly wheezy and scabby. Not dissimilar to now. Any others?
Oh, well, there's one. Kevin Portolva. I don't know if this... I can't remember that we've referred to this, but he's just texting to say, I hate people who park in the petrol space in the garage and only buy a paper.
Guilty.
You do that. Yeah, I've picked you up on that in the past.
You have.
I don't mean in the middle.
It never stop in here.
What? Yeah, just thought we'd stop it.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah,
You
but-
can't see this on here, but now Russell started, whenever he does his impression of me, giving me a hunch back and no neck.
Yeah, but you have. It's like them photos of us in Spain when we were all topless pulling poses. And you're all hunched up like a weirdo.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
You pull a funny
Honestly,
pose.
swings and roundabouts. Oh, you're a lovely guy. You're all hunched up like a weirdo.
No, you're a lovely bloke, but you take a photo and something happens to you.
I do. There's a horrible picture of me when I went to Benidorm with some friends.
Dun dun dun. That sounds horrific. Sounds like the kind of thing you'd find on a video that you'd find underneath your bed.
We'd pulled an all-nighter, my friends and I.
What was her name?
We were walking back, and there's a picture of me from behind, and I genuinely look like Old Man Steptoe.
Really?
Really hunched.
It's not that photo of you when you've wet your pants in the street?
No, there
Yeah.
not a photo of me.
Yeah, there is. I've seen it in Bristol. Or is that Adam?
That's my mate Adam, yeah, he fell asleep. I tipped water on his pants.
No. What's that photo of you on the floor, passed out, drunk, that I've seen? And your
No.
mates... Yeah, you've got like a wedgie or something, or you've got sick on you.
No.
Yeah, don't...
You're
yeah.
making this up
No, I'm
again.
not, no.
Is this... Have you drugged me and made me watch a film, Brokeback Mountain, and then put me on the floor and been sick on me?
No. What John doesn't know, everybody, is that, yes, I did do that. I call it Wednesdays. Carry
I
on,
do
John.
know that now.
Yeah.
Orange Wednesdays, you beast.
Yeah, that's going to be the new advert. Right, let's move from the idea of me vomiting on your naked body to this week's
I
belter.
didn't say I was naked.
Well, I'm pointing out you were naked. I'm not going to be sick on someone wearing a duffel coat. I ain't a sicko, mate.
I ain't ruining your Matalan top.
If I'm doing it, I'm sicking onto your naked back, all right, with that little bit of weird hair that goes near your bum. Do you want to introduce the belter? You know what I speak of, that hideous pant ferret that lurks. Do the belter. Do your little song.
This week's belter, I'm going to let Russell introduce it because he tried to read the name of it off air. It's the Spanish tune went quite well the other week, so I'm picking a little bit of... this is in French. It's by Amadou and Miriam, and it's called, Russell?
Pavre Tiwo.
It's called Pauvre Type, and it's Amadou and Miriam.
What does that mean?
It basically means this poor sod.
Oh, really? Nice. Wow, this is quite interesting, right? This is about your belter. A lunar eclipse and John picking a decent record in the same weekend. What are the odds?
People
Nice.
can get stuffed.
I dig it, John. Good choice. Vicky, 2 kisses. That's Vicky, who gave us 3 kisses earlier. She's a teacher. Flipping heck, mate.
I thought the teacher was names began with a J.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, it was Vicky. It was definitely Vicky.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, that's 5 kisses.
You could be on for a vapor rub if you behave.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. The perfect soundtrack to my Sunday, doing a mountain of French work. Nicola, MK3.
Booyah.
Wow, interesting. Booyah. Never had you down as a booyah, but you've just done it. As far as I can tell, they're taking the mickey out of an overweight homosexual. They keep signing Fatty Gay. Singing Fatty Gay, not signing. Although the video... not very PC, the French, are they? That was Adam in Wimbledon. Oh, so that's where you are, Hudson, eh? Yeah. What are they singing about? Are they...
Fatigue is French for tired.
Is it really? Wow, that's quite nice.
Yeah.
See, that makes a lot more sense now.
People wandering around when you were in France.
Yeah, kept on. I was like, whatever, fatigue.
You look tired.
Yeah, fatigue. Thank you. Well, I'll just sleep. Fatigue. Yeah. You look fatigued as well. What did you say?
How dare you? Are you a homeowner?
Talking of which, apparently there is no need for eating people anymore. Talking a bit, because I put forward the suggestion there might be a cannibal out there listening to our show. In which case, we're on to you. But it's a bit too late because you're eating someone. But would you eat someone?
No.
Hey, come on.
What sort of a question is that? What do you honestly think? When you look at me then, and you go, oh, no, ask him that. And then you look up at me and you go, would you eat someone?
Yeah,
do you honestly think I'm going to go, yeah, probably, do you know? If I was bored.
But what if it's you, me, and our flatmate Nobler, our ex-flatmate Nobler?
Right.
We're all on a mountain. We've fallen out of a plane that I made.
Well, I would never have got on that plane.
Yeah, you would.
I'd have walked.
Hey, John, we're going to Spain. Who just had a plane?
I do this.
Me. No problem. And then we get, as long as I can fly, why are you wearing lycra? And a hard hat. You can never be sure.
You said yesterday
it's true.
that I'm going to start wearing a hard hat in everyday life.
Yeah. I said it'll be 20 years and you'll be wearing a hard hat. And you said, 5, mate. It would be great. Oh, that'd be the moment I know you've broken, when your big curly hair's sticking out the side. Hello. Oh, my God. Please say you've burnt your head.
Safety first.
But yeah, so we're on a plane, right?
Respect your wife.
We're on a plane, and I'm selecting some fat beats for the tune, for the ride, and like all kinds of biscuits and stuff like that, and maybe a flight attendant. I don't know. And anyways, we all fall out. But
Careless.
Because I haven't put doors on. I'm an idiot. Yeah, exactly. And we climb in through the windows like the Dukes of Hazzard, and then we land on this desert island, and we run out of food. And John sort of fell the worst out of all of us. And he's sort of got like, he's going to die.
Right.
There's no food. What do we do?
Right.
I'm eating him. And you wouldn't eat him?
What an impossible question.
Would you eat John?
I don't think so. Not John.
What, so you'd wait until he died?
No, I'd probably be concentrating on how to get off the island. I mean, if you can build a plane, which I'm guessing you made out of Cocoa Pops packets, you can probably build a boat out of a tree or sand.
But I'm hungry, mate. I ain't doing anything on an empty stomach.
Yeah, well, you see, you get hungrier quicker than I do, because you've... Well...
You son of a gun. But apparently, there is no need for eating people anymore, as you can get a vegan alternative to human flesh called Hufu. I think that's a joke. Hi guys. Oh no, that's a different one. Oh yeah, talking of weird presents people have got, I once got a lolly made out of seaside rock from my boyfriend for Valentine's Day. That's Em from Leeds. And
we've had one from Dan in Clapham who says, I once gave a girlfriend a set of coasters for her birthday.
Nice.
We split up soon after.
Oh well.
But you didn't have rings on your table.
Nice.
So, you know, swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
That's correct. Fantastic story in the news this week. Have you heard about the remote control pigeons?
No.
Well, my friend, scientists in China have found a way to control the flight of pigeons by implanting electrodes into their brains. And they've developed a computer system which that allows them to tell the birds to fly left, right, up or down.
Wow.
How scary is that?
Remote control.
Exactly.
Or coordinated.
Whoa, yes, exactly. How scary is that, though?
Remote control pigeons. I thought the point of pigeons was that they had a remarkable homing instinct.
No, but now that means that they can get them to do evil stuff. I think that's the way I perceive it. So they kind of go, here, hold this bit of plutonium and left, drop.
Right.
Death. Who'd you blame it on?
How have you built a plane?
Eh?
Unbelievable.
No, but how, that's how I read that. It's like those things. Apparently the Russians developed a spy shark. No. America developed a spy shark ages ago, and the Russians countered back with a remote-controlled turtle spy, which I think's naive. You're really struggling. Do you know what I mean? A turtle isn't going to be that good. Both of them are only useful for sea-based espionage. You're struggling, do you know what I mean? If it's like a normal... Who's the new spy? And just some really wrinkly old man. But yeah, that terrifies me, that.
Yeah.
Although I'd quite like one, a remote-controlled pigeon. That'd be quite good fun. Because you could spread luck at will. Because it's meant to be good luck, isn't it? Like, if you get...
I've never really gone for that, to be honest.
Well, let's try it out. Imagine that. You're going, I'm in bloody Swindon, nothing's going my way. And then my pigeon flies by and just shats an arrow that points towards a stationer's for you. Ah, thank you very much, pigeon.
It's only luck if they do it on you, though, isn't it?
All right,
because I've had that done to me.
So have I, yeah.
Having walked all the way into town and then got crapped on. I had to walk all the way back. And I don't remember thinking, must be my lucky day.
Yeah. But you never know. Maybe what was good... You could have been killed if you'd have hung out. And that pigeon was like...
It's pedestrianised city centre, mate.
No. But where you were going into the city centre...
Right.
Like, I know this story from your weird childhood. Have you heard this story, Adam, right? When he was a kid, he sold his snooker cue to a travelling man.
I didn't sell it. I was forced into selling it because it was that or get battered.
Yeah, and that's why he's developed this hatred of travelling folk, because they stole his snooker cue and his slide.
Stole my slide out of my garden.
And I believe you texted into Jeremy Vine.
I was live on air talking to Jeremy Vine.
How ridiculous is that?
One of the highlights of my life.
So they're talking about a complex issue about, travelling folk and all stuff like that. And then he put, hello, Jezza, big fan, long time listener, first time caller in her. They nicked my slide. Okay, John. What did he say? He went mentally, didn't he?
He accused me of being...
It's another one of your heroes that hates your guts.
That's not true.
Ken Bruce and Vine both hate you. Go on.
What did
Vine say?
To do that. You know what Rufus Wainwright? I was having a coffee with him yesterday.
Were you?
He said you smell like a monkey that's been left in a cave on its own to sit in its feculence for 3 weeks, and you talk like a girl. Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, that is rich coming from him.
It's horrible trying to ad-lib on the radio, isn't it? Because when you're at gigs, you can say stuff that you can't say here.
Absolutely. Well, it's proper comedy gigs. Talking of which, a lot more fun. But how can we get your tour dates, John? Please. Tour spelt with a U. Now, I don't know if
there is a U in tour.
Not like that, there isn't. T-U-I.
Right.
I don't know if you listen to the show often, but you don't want to go to John's tour shows like that. But I think they can get the dates on your MySpace site, can't they?
Hopefully soon. They're not on yet, but yeah. I'm working on it. I don't really like MySpace.
No, necessary evil though.
Unfortunately so.
Well, if you're doing Edinburgh, so what other texts do we have in? Anything like
that? We've had this one. God, that was really northern, wasn't it? Hey, well, now then. Hi, Russell.
Hi.
I'm trying to work out if I know you.
Okay.
Are you the same Russell Howard who tipped cold tea down my back within 5 minutes of meeting me in a flat in Alton? And that signed off friend of Kate's, Ryan.
Quite possibly.
That does sound like the sort of thing you would do.
Friend of Kate's.
Yeah, Ryan. And you tipped cold tea down his back.
In Alton?
In Alton. Where's Alton? Near Alton Towers, I assume.
No, it's where that's where I went to college.
Oh, well, it was definitely you then.
What? Yeah, it would definitely have been me. What different childhoods we had?
There I was, walking through the mean streets. I've got me snooker cue. And some travelling fox steals it. Meanwhile, look, I've spilled chamomile all over your back. I'm such a frightful bounder.
As if it was chamomile. It was. Your tea's rank as well. You put about half a pint of milk in, then you put a little bit of lukewarm water in. You just wave a tea bag at the cup, and then you drink it.
Your heroes hate you. It's been very varied about your belter this week.
Right.
Some fool texted in. What was that text? A very angry text.
I didn't. It's something about world music being for idiots, and it's much better to just play boring indie stuff in a language that you understand because you're a fool. You feel challenged by the fact that there's other stuff going on apart from your pathetic life. I think that's what it said, Russell.
That's pretty much what you said.
Paraphrasing.
Paul Flowers, superb, John. Cheers, John. Paul in Chelmsford.
Cheers, mate, no worries.
Alison Keys, I like this. And for once, I followed most of it despite my rudimentary French. Usually,
Well, that's the thing, because they're not actually French. I think they're Senegalese. So they speak very clearly on their songs. Really cool.
Arvid, who texts in quite a lot. I usually like John's belter, but this is horrible. If they come near a tune, they should play it. Slam. Eat that, John. Eat that.
Well, I'm not going to eat it.
Eat that croissant.
You were eating paper yesterday. Oh, God. Said that just to wind me up, haven't you, little tinker?
Yes, I have.
Hello, Russell and John.
Hi.
How come, Russell?
Say hello to him, then.
Oh, yeah. This is from Hen. You got really angry there.
Yeah, I can't stand your rudeness.
Sunday morning. Unbelievable. How dare. I'm moving your bed. This is my Russell Howard highlight of the week. We're moving Russell's bed. I've hired a transit. I'm supposed to be moving house. I dedicate my morning to moving his stuff to his house.
He did. He got a T-shirt.
We're in the van. I'm in a bit of a grump because it's early, and Russell says, "What are you going to grump for? I'm just trying to help you." You're trying to help me carry your bed out of the van I'm paying for. Yep. Unbelievable. Well, Hi, Russell and John. This is from Henning Strack.
That can't be his name.
It is.
Is it?
Right. How come Russell is always just 15 years old when he talks German?
Because that's when I was paying most attention.
That was probably the last time you spoke German as well.
Yeah. 16. 15. 16? Yeah, I'm 16. Ja, genau.
I am 16. He's not really grasped German.
No, well, I know it quite well.
But he goes on to say, John, as someone who cares deeply about English grammar, what do you think about British pupils not learning the grammar of a foreign language and instead just learning common phrases? I'm German and spent a year in Scotland as a foreign language assistant. I love the job, but it was frustrating thinking that pupils will never really be able to talk my language if they just learn phrases like parrots. Very true. Very true. And grammar for foreign languages really helps you understand English grammar.
Exactly. Why are they just teaching them the phrase like parrots?
Yeah. It's very useful. If you're a Monty Python fan abroad,
exactly.
You know, that's your way into any conversation.
Exactly. What are people who read Heat like? Like parrots.
Nice.
Stuff like. See, on that debate that I kicked off earlier about my plane that
that you built out of Cocoa Pops packets.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And
without doors.
Without any doors, and we landed on an island. And then there was the dilemma: you, me, and our flatmate Nobler. Who do we eat? And someone have said, if you ate John, you would be filled with pessimism. This is because basically what's happened. We've now eaten our flatmate Nobler. I polished him off.
No, you ate him.
All right, I ate him.
I had some coconuts, and actually
where have you hid them?
There's some potatoes buried on the other side of the island.
What
you really should have had a look around, Russell.
What have you?
I mean, you went for John before he was even dead.
Jesus Christ! See, what else you been
There's
eating?
chickens over there. There's a farm.
This is awkward.
There's a family.
Well, I just assumed.
Where do you think I've been showering?
I just assumed that. I just thought you went off on walks.
Well,
I ate him as soon as we landed. Anyway, he's dead.
You were mid-air, weren't you?
Yeah, but he was just mouthing off, so I started eating. Now, but someone's put in a bit of a quandary, right? If you ate John, you would be filled with pessimism. With Russell, optimism. Of course, the dilemma is, if you eat optimism, you're left with pessimism.
You eat... Right, so they're saying don't eat you, because otherwise I'll grind you down.
Yes.
To be honest, you don't want me... I can't really function in Western society. Me on a desert island with nothing.
Well, someone else says
I'm going to be down.
I wouldn't eat John on a desert island. Judging by his view on life, he would surely taste bitter.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, cheers for that. Sunday morning. Just drive back to Swindon after the show, knowing that I taste bitter. I don't want you eating me, as if that's a bad thing. I can't believe I'm getting angry about people texting in going, well, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't eat that Jon Richardson. Thanks. Good. I don't want you eating me. Back off with your dentures, Grandma.
What's lovely, she's 18. What's lovely is
and
that...
she's got dentures.
She's really hit a nerve there.
Too many jelly tots.
She is going to get home today. Well, no, John's going to get home today. Go.
Bloody bitter, please. Hello, slippers. Put you on my feet. Here we go. What should I do? I watch Labyrinth, I think. I tell you what I will do. Just have just a bite. I live on my own. I'm allowed to do these things now. Let's just have a... No! It's not bitter at all. It's sweet. It's nice, though. I think I'll have a bit more.
And then you'll turn up to the show next week just with stumps. All right, what happened to you?
Shut up, mate.
Let's get John some gloves. Talking of weird presents that you've bought people, I once gave a girl I had a crush on a necklace made out of shark's teeth. She laughed in my face. Carl from Hull.
That is harsh,
That is
especially if he's
horrible.
gone out and got them teeth himself.
Exactly. Flipping heck.
If he's done orthodontic work on a live shark and she's laughed in his face.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a woman who is not going to be pleased by anything you can do.
I'm going to Hull later. That should be fun.
Good. So tomorrow, if anyone asks you what you've done tomorrow, if they go, how are you? You're going to went to Hull and back yesterday.
Very good.
Thanks.
Very good indeed. What are you reading?
Oh, I discovered we were discussing yesterday I look a bit like Gary Neville.
Yeah, he does,
It's a
yeah.
heartbreaking thing to discover about yourself.
That's all right, it's fine.
I do look a bit like a ratty Mancunian. This is my favourite thing I read in the paper this week, right, in the Daily Mail.
Dun, dun, dun.
Easy to have a pop at the Daily Mail. For me, it's not the worst of the papers. There are worse papers, because you know what you're getting with the Mail. There are other papers that are as bad as the Mail that pretend not to be. But this is a fantastic bit of journalism for getting worked up, really worked up, pretty much about nothing, right? This is Michael Leitman in yesterday's Daily Mail, and I'll read it as he's written it. Great journalism. Often, the broader picture obscures the telling detail. Philosophical start. Well done, Mikey. We're hooked. The true cost of the 2012 London Olympics is not to be measured in the multi-billions now quoted by the organisers, spiralling almost daily into sums so vast that they are impossible to grasp. You can't grasp these sums, Russell. Don't even try.
The horror.
What the stratospheric figures do not disclose, however, is the human cost, the pain and damage to the lives of people who find themselves, this is great, who find themselves by unhappy chance in the path of this careering, uncontrollable juggernaut and are finally crushed by it. They're crushed by the juggernaut, Russell. Their lives are crushed by this juggernaut.
Stop it.
Then he goes on, now we're getting to what we're talking about here. Picture crushed lives.
I've seen them all.
Among them are the men and women who spend their weekends nurturing their vegetables on the Manor Gardens allotments in the Lee Valley.
Those poor souls.
In a month's time, these 75 plot holders will be ejected from their site, soil that they have been tilling for years.
John, stop reading it.
And in a few cases,
It's
that their
so
fathers
sad,
tilled
it's so
before them.
sad,
Their
it's-
fathers tilled it before them, Russell.
No.
These will go under the bulldozer after a compulsory purchase order along with the other remnants of their consuming passion.
Ah.
Michael Leitman laying it down, telling it like it is. No more kumquats for Mr. Smith. No more turnips.
Political correctness gone mad.
It's unbelievable. How angry do you get on the first two paragraphs before you realise it's
Yeah.
about a man who can't grow turnips
Exactly.
anymore?
You go, what's it about? What's it about? Turnips. They just buy them at Tesco.
That's a 2-page spread, that. Unbelievable.
Fantastic.
What a cracking bit of journalism
It is.
that is. Because they've said to him, you do this bit about you're
It
getting
sounds
rid
like
of the
it's
allotment.
describing the apocalypse. Like
Yeah.
four horsemen coming along and suddenly, and they can no longer grow their own carrots. Oh, right.
London Council have decided just to murder people who tot when the Olympics is mentioned. But no, just no turnips.
Hey, talking of weird things that people have been given, I posted a woman a dead fish once wrapped in plastic because she dumped me. Richard in Huddersfield. All in capitals, that. Lovely stuff. Oh, let's do our dream thing. It's nearly the end of the show. Every week we're doing the Dream Lord, which is the favourite dream of the week and what it means. So we're going to try and figure it out now. Very quickly before the show ends.
We're doing it now, are we?
I think so, yeah.
My dream is one that I've had since I was about 6. In it, there is a toothpaste that turns everyone into zombies. Only me, my mum and brother aren't zombies, so we go to a convention, like Star Trek ones, not that I've been to one,
Right.
and the zombie toothpaste lord forces my mum and brother to have the toothpaste. I don't know what happens then because I wake up.
Wow. Zombie toothpaste
A
lord.
zombie toothpaste lord. Someone doesn't like brushing their teeth. I often wonder about toothpaste. What do you do if you don't like mint? There must be people out there who don't like mint.
Oh, yeah, but there's different types.
Are there? I've
Yeah.
never seen them.
Yeah, there are.
Like beef.
There is actually a beef toothpaste. I don't know how I know this. I might have been hoodwinked by one of my chums.
You might have been dreaming it.
No,
And your imaginary cinema that we go to every week.
Oh, one day. No, I'm pretty sure there is like beef toothpaste. I'm pretty sure I've tasted it. I don't know where, but you know when you sort of think back,
Are you thinking of beef?
I think, yeah, well, someone might have done, you know, a whoopsie on my toothbrush and passed it off, but I don't think so. I think you'd have to be particularly cruel. How gullible would you be? Oh, it really tastes like beef. Is that world music? Brilliant. But no, I don't know. I've no idea what that means.
I don't think it means anything, except that you love your mum and your brother.
Well,
But
see-
not enough to protect them from the zombie toothpaste lord. So if zombies do ever invade, Probably they're going to die.
Nice. So we can. That's what that definitely means. If zombies invade, that they're going to die.
Yeah, but
What-
you'll be all right.
What would you do if zombies did invade?
I don't think I shouldn't have said invade. They don't really invade, do they? Zombies. They're already.
I'd tell you, it'd be really jammy if you worked in a fancy dress shop
that would be jammy. That.
and the zombie invasion started. You just pop on a mask. Hello, just over there, and then you just join in. Yeah, jammy swine.
Life is so easy in your head, isn't it?
Well, no, but that would work, wouldn't it? If zombies arrived,
Yeah.
and you worked in a fancy dress shop,
Yeah.
and you could have your pick of any zombie costume you fancied, you pop it on.
Yeah, and failing that, just dress up as an astronaut, and they'll think, well, we'll leave him alone. He's clearly qualified.
Oh no, that wouldn't work, would it?
I'll be all right anyway. They won't eat me because I'm bitter, and we all know zombies like sweet stuff. They like the sweet meats. They're a bit like the Germans in that respect.
That's correct. But the thing is, that would definitely work. That's foolproof.
No, I'm not denying it, mate.
No?
If zombies ever do descend the earth, you
Yep.
are going to be all right.
No, I'm not, because I don't work in a fancy dress shop.
But you've got connections. If
Mate-
Russell Howard wants a mate in a fancy dress shop, Russell Howard will get one. Check your MySpace. There'll be someone on there who wants a fancy dress. Text us in 64046. Nearly time to end the show. But if you've got a zombie costume going spare for Russell, or just, you make one. You're a talented guy.
Me?
You've done art and German at school.
And I made a plane. That's a fair point. What I'll do is I'll have, instead of parachutes, we'll have zombie costumes for fit, just in case.
Yeah.
I think I've struck on something. I'm not being kind of, silly, but I genuinely think that would work.
Yeah, I genuinely think you've solved the problem of zombies in the 21st century.
Yeah, exactly. Spare zombie costume on the off chance of zombie attacks. In fact, take it out of the shop and put it into the home.
Yeah, we should all have one. The government
Yes.
should be issuing these now.
Yeah, like little backpacks.
When will they learn?
When,
How
John?
many zombie attacks do we have to endure before the government send us all fancy dress costumes?
We march to Whitehall tonight. Exactly. Because I don't know if you heard, but I shouldn't actually be speaking about this, but there's a march. What a tool. That's a story we can't really get into, but suffice to say, we saw a comedian do some really horrible stuff, telling people to go on the Trident March, and then was on...
Let's say it.
No, we can't. We got into too much trouble. We then saw him at a gig. He's going, yeah, you should go along, man, because I'm not even allowed to say it, but go on the Trident March. And then he was on another show saying that everyone who went on the Trident March were dicks, and you find yourself going, fool of a toque, fool of a toque.
You don't even like monkeys and jam, do you?
No? What? I don't...
I was implying that your act is a lie as well.
Oh, right, monkeys and jam?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you were the one who put a porn video underneath my bed called Rocco's Anal Delirium.
Oh, dear.
Good night, good day, have a
That is
fantastic Sunday.
disgraceful.
See ya.
BBC Six Music.